And then I'm going to hit, welcome everybody recording. I should have said hello. I'm in the midst of technology here. So here we go. Chris, are you there?
I am here.
Doesn't look like you're there behind those things.
I am.
But I know you're there. So good. Welcome to everybody. It's December 6th. Can you believe it? It's the last month of the year. And I keep hearing people say, where does the time go? There must be like a catcher, like a dream catcher that just gobbles up the time and hides it. I don't know how it works, but the time clearly goes. So if you're on the call tonight, that's because you're on our smaller Heat Team call that Chris and I and Alita all do together. And tonight, because we're in the perfect time of year, we're going to talk a little bit about the season, the holiday season, December, what it's like to do this business during this season. And, one of the things that I just want to mention is when I start thinking about maybe filling out Christmas cards or putting gifts together and I have that, I feel that overwhelmed feeling, I really try to change my state of mind to that gratitude place that we have so many people that we want to send cards to, that we really care about, that we're really putting it in that perspective of I can't wait to fill the cards out because I love all the people that I'm sending cards to. So sometimes we go into the overwhelm move, oh no, now we have to put the tree up and now we have to put the ornaments up. And if we can just shift that enough, if you're in that overwhelm mode, if you can just shift it enough to say, gosh, let's make this really fun. How can we really put some great music on, listen to a great call while you're putting your tree together like James is doing tonight, or when you're filling out your Christmas cards, have great music on, make it be fun. So with that in mind, there's nobody I know that's Chris just said it is the season to be jolly. Thank you, Chris, the man. So, but there is nobody I know, and I'm going to spotlight her right now while I'm introducing her. And that is more fun, that knows how to have fun, that makes things that aren't fun, fun. I bet you're the best grandma in the whole world.
I don't think so.
I bet you are. I bet you play with the kids and you create stuff and all of that. I just say thank you. I watch you. You are a fun grandma, a fun friend, and a really fun leader. And I know there's people on the phone like Michelle and everybody else, Paul, that just came back from a great weekend day with your people up at Pine, and I know they had a fun day up there. So how do you keep fun in December season where there is a lot of stress? People are, number one, not only trying to close up the year, but a lot of people are thinking ahead to January and the new year. So they're in the midst of closing. They're in the midst of thinking about goals. They're in the midst of putting their business together and yet relaxing and getting their presents and cards out. So Alita, what's the secret? What's the secret?
Well, I don't know where my Christmas hat is. I was going to put my little Christmas hat on to make it festive. But I think what we have to realize, first of all, is that so many people are in tremendous amount of, there's an old saying that they get crazy during the holidays. And, whether it's good crazy or bad crazy, if people have something on their mind or they're stressed, it seems like it's more so during this time of the year. And then if they're joyful and happy, it seems like it's more so this time of the year. So it's, I think that with managing our holidays, managing Christmas and all the components that go along with it is really important if we're going to stay on purpose and we're going to have this light attitude about what we do. And I think that some of the things we can do is, when you have to go to cocktail parties, is create maybe healthy meals, eat a healthy meal, eat some protein, drink plenty of water, because sometimes there's alcohol involved. So you want to stay focused. You don't want to wake up with hangovers. You don't want to feel uncomfortable during this time of the year, because this is the time of the year that we really actually meet and see the majority of the people that we care and love. So, I think that it's important, too, that when you walk into a room where there's a party, hi, little Butch. If there's a party or something, it's not to just stand right in one place all the time, but really make yourself available to talk to as many people. I mean, Chris, you're a great person for working booths and trying to get people in and out of that booth as quickly as possible. So I don't mean to be so blasé to say that you want to work your party that way. I wanted to just mention that, just to kind of mingle and just really engage and look at people in the eye and big eyes, big smile, and gosh, it's been a long time, and what do you do? And, and so the holiday network lunches are really big deals at this time of the year. A lot of networking companies ask people to come in to bring guests. And, if you do have anybody that is going to networking groups, ask them, hey, are you allowed to bring guests at this time of the year? I'd love to join you in one of yours, because it's a big deal. They often will ask you what you do, and I make a big deal about not saying what I do. I'll just say, oh my gosh, I can't even wait to tell you what I do, but gosh, let's just enjoy ourselves, do a little bit of the takeaway while you're there, so it's not like you're just spewing everything on them at once. It says it's the height of your social season, so you're going to see a lot of people and enjoy yourselves also, but also it's seed planting. This is the time of the year that's seed planting. There's a lot of people that are honestly, even those of us on the phone, I'm sure there's some of you on this phone that are saying, I have to get to my goals for next year. They're already thinking about their goals and what they want to do for the new year. They're looking back at this time of the year at what has happened. People have often, I remember hearing, gosh, I hope next year is better than this year. I hear people saying stuff like that all the time. And those are open windows. Those are aha moments for you to catch on to what they say and to really place them all in your little memory jogger in your mind, or hop back in the car and put their name down and put down what you talked about. Make sure that you have something, some moment of compatibility, or something that you guys have connected with. So like if somebody's saying, gosh, I hope next year is better than last year. Why do you say that? And then they'll tell you, believe me, they will tell you, whether it be children's, being sick, or something that happened, or lost a job or something. You got to be aware and wait for those opportunities to let people tell you what's on their mind. I love what you say is solutioneers. So to be listening to what people are telling you at this time of the year. They're all in a great place. They're all in a happy place when they're at these holiday things. And so to be in that happy place and not to share your doom and gloom if you have any, but just really have that attitude of gratitude and passion and just sharing. Gosh, I can't even wait to tell you what I'm doing. I'd love to make an appointment with you after the first of the year. And if you're talking to enough people, if you're talking to 10 or 20 or 30 people this month, trust me, you're going to have people that are going to say, why should we wait till the first of the year? Let's talk next week. How about Tuesday at 9? And then really be aware that you want to look at your calendar before you leave the house so that you can put them in the calendar and, maybe carry a pocket one with you. The other thing I like to do is create some kind of, we used to say CDs, but now it's our awesome shake samples. Put maybe, and I can forward those to you, a recipe card that's kind of festive, and staple it to a shake sample and keep them by your front door, because there are people that come to your front door during this time of the year to drop off cookies, to drop off stuff, to drop off a present, and people in your neighborhood. Put some in your car, put some on your front table, give one to your mailman, just like and then really make sure you write their name down and who you gave it to so that you can follow up with them. Remember, Jeff Roberti says the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you never follow up with your mailman and ask him how he liked that shake, you'll never know, right? So I think it's appropriate that you can talk about Juice Plus and your family and your friends of maybe a testimonial or something that has happened that's been positive at a party. But if you feel like they're feeling like they're being sold, then I would back away and then just let them know how much it's affecting the people around you and how much great effects that Juice Plus has given to some of the people I've made a difference in so many people this year, and I'm hoping to make a difference in so many more next year. I have a goal. I have a goal for 100. Yeah?
Alita, I was just going to say, along with that, when you're saying, what do you do? I think a great answer at this time of year is I'm so grateful that I get to impact people's lives and help them be healthier. And I can't wait till next year, just like you said. I mean, you can really use that impact idea to say, that's what I do. I impact people's lives. And you can even at this point, what do you think about bringing up to people, oh, this year I'm part of a revolution?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, what do you mean?
Right. I think using words like that, Nikki and Chris, are real powerful, because I will often say to somebody, you're part of my dream team, and they won't even know what that means, but they'll be curious enough to ask. And so I think that those kinds of, and the healthy revolution are part of a revolution. Oh, it's not what you think, but I'm really anxious to share with you what it is. It honors people where they are. If they're there partying and they don't really want to talk about what you're doing at the moment, you can actually make sure that you put them, you are first on my list to talk to after the first of the year. How about January 3rd? It looks like it's a Thursday. How about we just get on, I will email you or text you. And how do you like to be contacted? Because I know I never look at emails anymore. Oh, I like to be contacted by text, or I like to be contacted by phone, or, when you contact somebody the way they like to be contacted, you're gonna really be honoring them. The next step of honoring them, because so many people, honestly, I hardly ever look at emails anymore. And I was telling somebody on the phone today that somebody had texted me a long time ago and said, where's my vineyard? And I had no idea, because I was not using texting. And I called the company and I gave them the phone number, and it was a woman that I met in a restaurant who lives in Virginia. Now, I did not use texting then, but if you want to grow this business, it's not like you have to do a Facebook party, but you need to know who on your team can put one together, and you need to be exposed to it, and you need to learn how to do one. You need to learn what a salad in a jar party is all about. You need to learn what those things are about, because you, in the future, if not now, will have people that will want that. And so we can't get away anymore saying, I don't know the Zoom stuff, I just won't do it. You can't get away doing that anymore, you guys. And if you keep saying that, you're going to be in the same place we are at the same time next year.
Yeah. That's right.
It's like, it's a challenge for all of us to just say, you know what? Yes, I now open up my email on my phone. It's great. I can catch that, and we get used to doing things a certain way, don't we? We really do. And it takes a little bit of effort to stretch beyond our comfort zone and do things just a little tiny bit different. And so sharing what we do during the holidays is a little tricky, but yet I think it's one of the most fun, like most creative ways you can share Juice Plus, is being on purpose during the holidays, and having that, you could say, even like I'm giving out $10 referral fees, $10 Trader Joe fees for people that will want to share with me. Maybe of somebody that might need to improve their health, or maybe somebody who wants to keep their kids in Christian school, or maybe of somebody who lives in where are we going? Dubai. So that's another thing you can do. I also like the idea of, not because I'm not going to send out Christmas cards, but I like the idea of sending out New Year's cards. so that we get so much stuff during Christmas that sometimes you could be missing that most important letter. Okay, we don't take the time to gather our mail, sit down and read through letters. I hate to say it, we don't do that. We're just also in a rush. And if we can like pick another time of the year to send out a card, whether it be you've been on my heart at Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve, you know, people are just, they're creating resolutions. I find that a lot of times they do it within the first week, and then after the first week, it's like it's lost. So you can bring up that whole resolution thing. You know, I've never been one for resolutions. Have you? And talk a little bit about that and see where they you know, are in that way. Do you find that with Chris? Do you find that people are like trying to look at their year now versus like I'm gonna wait till January? I find that.
Yeah, no, it's a fascinating time because I love the points that you hit so well, and so many great points and great ideas. And you did say, I can't remember the word you used, but it's a little bit touchy bringing up both the product and or the business during a party. And so, do I have to?
No, you're fine.
That? Okay, here. So,
don't you want to see your face?
No, it's distracting me. Okay.
Oh,
I like looking at all the other people.
Oh,
Okay.
Chris is now looking at his face because I minimized the everybody so that we would be clear for him, because I thought it would be bad, but apparently he likes looking at all of you on the side.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for that, Alita. You really gave me some great ideas, and some of those ideas I'm absolutely going to take action on, like having the packets in your car with a nice Christmas recipe and a card on them. I think that's fantastic. I mean, I probably could have put out 5 today. So love that.
So why didn't you tell us that yesterday?
You could get those little ribbons, you know, little bows, and just like stick them on the edge, and people will be really happy to. And you know, you could also, before people go like to shop, you know, on a Saturday, you can say, hey, why don't you stop on my house? I have a Santa chaser for you, or I have a Santa jacket, or I have a Rudolph surprise for you. Don't tell them what it is.
Yeah.
But have them come, and then you can give it to them. You know, like the Rudolph surprise could be the chocolate shake with cherries in it for the Rudolph nose.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can just give it to them when they come over. Oh, I have something for you. Or I'd love to have you stop by. I know that a lot of time, you know, people will do that. I just think.
Yeah. Great. So here's a couple of points I really want to drive home for everybody, because it is let's call it a delicate or a sensitive time of the year, certainly to be talking about people's health and to be talking about business, but it's going to come up. And Alita covered it well, and you know, you don't have to drill it home so much as set a time, let them know that you're so excited and you have something you really want to offer them. And maybe that idea of we're really excited, we're launching a revolution, and we are going to take back health in this country. And, you know, be a little bit passionate and excited about it, and say, I'd love to talk to you after the first of the year. And I think it's a good idea. You know, remember that we know that it takes 6 or 7 exposures for people to get started on Juice Plus, and maybe more or about the same amount to get started in our business. So remember, this is probably many times going to be your first exposure, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's somebody you've already talked to, and you know that, and you can include that in your conversation. And again, kind of sidestepping it, talking about it at a party, but you know, let them know that you're really excited about what's going on. But here's the facts, and Alita mentioned it also already, that you are probably going to see more people that you know and love in the next 20 days than you do in any 20-day period around the year. Number one. And number two, whether people are conscious of a New Year's resolution by that name, or just the fact that they don't want next year to be like last year, or they just want next year to be better than any year ever, the truth is, at the beginning of the year, it's a new beginning for most people. And it has always been, for our 26 years, the biggest month of the year. January and February are gigantic. I mean, we would always be kind of amazed at that February check. And as we're coming up the ladder here. And so that has not changed. And my point being that all these great points that Alita mentioned don't just take them as, oh, that would be a good idea. Oh, that would be a good idea. Do what she said in the beginning, is be on purpose in December. December can launch what happens in Anaheim. All right? If you do your due diligence and talk to as many people as possible, it's a reason to talk to people. It's the holidays, like she said. Come on over and stop by on your way shopping, or whatever it is. Wrapping up the year, I'm thinking of you. Whatever reason you can think of to be intentional, to reach out and talk to people, knowing that the first of the year can be the harvest time. And I don't think it's a bad idea to say to somebody at a party, yeah, I really, really would love to get together with you after the first of the year. And then a couple of days later, call them back and say, I am so excited about what we talked about and what I have to share. I don't want to wait till next year. I'd at least like to start the conversation now, because if you get as excited as I am, the first of the year can launch you into whatever you might be talking about. In other words, if somebody's kind of interested in the business and they say, talk to me after the first of the year, to me, that's an invitation to call them back in a couple of days and say, the first of the year is our big harvest time because everybody wants to get healthy. And I think it would be a mistake for us not to talk before then, because then you can come in prepared and know what you're doing. And starting January 2nd, because nobody's going to really be listening to you on the 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, you can be sort of hit the track. Well, now I'm like you. I can't remember the saying. Hit the track running. Let's go with that.
Hit the pavement.
Yeah,
running.
whatever. Hit the track running. That'll work, right, Michelle? Okay. So again, what I'm saying is maybe set yourself a goal. I'm going to talk to 30 people before the end of the year, because I want a new group coming in. Now, we still have the big bonuses, too, for if somebody fast tracks to VF position, they can pick up $400 counting the ticket. I mean, or is it 400 plus the ticket?
400. It's 100 for the HLP and 300 so it's 400 plus a conference ticket.
Yeah, so a $500 value. And
hit the ground running.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, Daryl just texted it. Hit the ground running.
Thank you, Daryl.
I'm telling you, it takes a team. It takes a team.
And I can't remember the day count for James that you just fast tracked in. I can't remember, 15 days or something. So it's available still. Don't forget, everybody. You can still put some VFs underneath you. I mean, you could pick up a $300 bonus for sponsoring one, but some people can go into January in the 14% position, a $400 bonus. And that's still available also. So I think this Healthy Living Revolution is a great draw, because it's something that you can obviously be excited about. And everybody knows that our country is sick, right?
Yeah.
And that we don't have a healthcare system. We have a sick care system. And that conversation can come up very easily. And they can feel your excitement, which, remember, when you talk to people with passion and enthusiasm, there's no downside. They just want to know what you're doing, and most of them are going to want to be a part of it. And if they don't want to be a part of it, who do they know that would? So these next 30 days, next 25 days can really be significant for launching into January. You come into January, or maybe between now and mid-January, you pick up 3 new distributors, maybe it's 5. Those people each have a chance to bring 2 people more to Anaheim. So you're showing up in Anaheim in April with 15 to 20 new distributors. How many people think that would change your business if you have 20 new people in Anaheim? Yes, it will. So these are fantastic times. After the first of the year, we'll talk a little bit more on philosophy and new beginnings. But right now is really, Alita, you just said it all. Just do it on purpose, stay intentional. And remember, we're mission-driven, right? We're not an opportunity-driven company. We're not a product-driven company. We're mission-driven, and our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. Sometimes when you have that little glitch, speed bump, where you say to yourself, I should probably talk to this person, but what are they going to think of me? Or whatever that thought is that stops you. At that time, you're putting you between that person and our mission. You're cutting that person off from the future of health and maybe financial gain. So try to take yourself out of that equation. Keep the mission in mind to impact as many people as possible to realize their dreams and to inspire healthy living around the world. And you will have a great 2017.
So thanks, Chris. I just want to close it up on the same note that Alita started with, is that when you're at parties, this is the gift giving season. That's what happens now, right? This is the gift giving season. Do you know anybody that has a better gift than the gift of health? It is the ultimate gift. So even when you're at the parties, be thinking about the fact that if you walk in with the not the intention of creating a huge business, not the intention of going out there and necessarily recruiting 1 million people, but if your mindset is, I have the ultimate gift to give, I wonder how many gifts I can give away tonight. And the giveaway is just the information. So if you can spark and intrigue enough to give them information after the party, ultimately you could be giving the best gift ever. And that's the frame of mind. We say talk to 30 people and do all of that. And yes, that's all part of our business. But I think the umbrella or the container, the bubble, whatever that needs to hold it all together in your mind to get your mindset straight is that we have the ultimate gift. And you go to these parties and you imagine your conversation. Every conversation you have has a red bow on it. And it's whether or not you give the gift of health or you just give the gift of yourself in a smile. I think that could really change the season. So that would be my last tip to you, is that you are a gift giver, whether it's a smile, whether it's information, whether it's a hug. This season, more than any other season, be a gift giver. And I think that will make the end of the year be incredible and the beginning of your year really sweet.
Good job.
Good job.
The gift that keeps on giving.
That's what I would say. So I'm trying to take this off of, exit gallery view. Here we go. There we back all are. So if you guys want to take yourselves off of mute, because this is going to be the last time as a smaller team that we can really wish sincerely from our hearts, fabulous holiday season. Have a great Christmas time. If it's Hanukkah, do that well. If it's lighting the candles, do it well. If it's turning the lights on at your house, get in the mode of the Santa, what did you call it? Santa
Chaser.
Santa chaser. Yeah, that's what I mean about Alita. She comes
Nice.
crazy fun.
Yeah, I like that.
So keep the spirit for the whole December. Get out of overwhelm. If you need to go into whelm, like Chris says, that's okay. But keep in your mindset, we are gift givers, and this is the season. And I love you guys all.
Yeah, love you all. Have a great holiday.
Thanks, guys. Love you all.
Have a great holiday, everybody.
Happy holidays.